Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your girl Kimberly and I'm here and again with another video on how you can continue your study permit application to come to Canada as an international student. Now the last time we were here, we created this profile, and in this profile there are three documents that we would need to fill out, and I promised that I would go through them with you. So there's the IMM1294 application for study permit made outside of Canada, the IMM5645 family information, and the IMM5257. So this is going to be the one that's going to take up most of our time because the other two are pretty straightforward and it's just literally personal information you're filling out in all the documents. Now I went ahead and I opened the IMM 1294 for us. Yes, 1294. And we're going to start off with this one. Now the UCI number. The UCI number is your client ID. Now what is that? Your client ID is if you have ever made an application to Immigration Canada for whether it be a study permit, a visitor's visa, permanent residence, anything. This is the number that would have been assigned to you, and this number sticks with you throughout. So if this is your first application to Immigration Canada, you would not have a UCI number. If you have applied before, you can look at the top of your document and you will see a client ID number, and that's one you fill out here. But for the purpose of this application, we're a brand new applicant, so we do not have a UCI number. So we're going to continue with our application, and we want our service to be in English because that's the language that we're most fluent in. Now for family name, your family name is the last name that appears on your passport. So if you have your passport with you, you may want to go and if you don't have it with you, you may want to go and get it because you need to ensure that you fill out this application just as it appears on your passport. So your family name would be your last name, and we're creating this application for John Brown. So his name is gonna be Brown in this case, his family name. Given names would be his first name and his last name. And let's say his middle name is Michael. Okay. So have you ever used any other names? So if you are female and you got married, they are asking if you now took on your husband's last name, or in whatever case, if you are married in general, these days it's not just females, but whenever you're married and your name is changed, I know in some cultures it's different. So if you have ever used any other name, you would put it here, okay? But for the purpose of this application, we're gonna hit no other names. So we're filling out this application for John. John is a male, so we're gonna go with male. And his date of birth, let's not use 2020. There we go. He was born in Kingston, St. Andrew, and Jamaica. And I just hit the letter J and the Jamaica comes up. Now, citizenship, Jamaican. Then moving on, current country of or territory of residence. So this is asking you, what is your current address? Is it Jamaica or any other country? So in this case, we're living in Jamaica and our address is a Jamaican address. So we're gonna hit Jamaica. Status. Your status is in the country in the country or territory of residence. What is your current status? We're citizens of Jamaica. This over here will go blank if we had chosen another, whether it be a visitor, if you're in the United States and you're just visiting and you're applying from the United States, but in this case we're citizens of Jamaica. Previous country or territories of residence. During the past 5 years, have you lived in any country or territory other than your country of citizenship or your current country or territory of residence? So we're going to say no in this case. Current country or territory where you're applying. So we're applying in our home country. So we're going to hit yes. So our current country of residence and where we're applying from is the same. So are you married? We're going to select single for this application. Of course, if you're married, you're going to choose married. And all these other areas will gray out because we do not need to fill them out. Now, have you previously been married or in a common law relationship? It's no for us. Everything grays out here. Now, moving on to languages. Language or mother tongue, we speak English. So we're going to search for English here. Are you able to communicate in English or French? English. Canada is an English French speaking country, and if you speak English, you're just as good. Have you taken a test from a designated test agency to assess your English or French? You can choose yes if the answer is yes. I did not do an English test before I came to Canada because I did not need to do one because of the school that I went to. So I'm going to hit no. If you did an English test, please go ahead and hit yes. Now, your passport information, as I had asked you earlier on, grab your passport and fill it out accordingly. So I'm just going to make up something here. Country or territory it was issued. We're going to say it was issued in Jamaica. The issue date, let's do 2012 January 1st, and it expires 2025 01. So we want to ensure that we have enough time on our passport, guys, because if say you're doing a 2-year program and your study permit, you're applying now, and your passport expires in 2021 December, please know that they're not going to give you any visa or any study permit that exceeds your passport time. So you want to be careful and ensure that if your passport needs to be extended, please go ahead and extend it. But I know we can only extend it if it's close to the time that it should be expired. So if you still decide that you want to go ahead and apply, just prepare yourself that you're gonna get shorter time for your study, and you'd have to extend it later on when you come to Canada. Okay, so we're gonna move on. These questions grew up because they don't apply to Jamaican passports. Sorry. Are you a lawful permanent resident of the United States with a valid registration? No, I am not. And your current mailing address. Your current mailing address, you would fill it out. You know your address, so you would put that out. So I'm going to say Marytown, St. Catherine in Jamaica, J. And then same as your mailing address is your current address, same as your mailing address. You do not need to, your current address is the same as your residential address. If it's the same, you do not need to fill it out again, so you can hit yes. And all this will gray out for us. So this is all personal information, guys. So you put your address, and then you would put your telephone number. So we're just gonna do a random telephone number in Jamaica. 876 is our country code, 2253837. And then if we have a home phone, we can do residence, 876-942-8452. We don't have a fax machine. We can do an email address, johnbrown@gmail.com. Now, moving on to details of intended study in Canada. Now, we want to give some information on the school that we'll be attending. And now, the name of the school, let's choose Centennial College. And level of study, we're going to do, it's a certificate. Field of study, business. And it's in Ontario. City is Brampton. So let's do Fanshawe College instead. Everything else remains the same, and then we're going to do London here. and it's on Oxford Street. I can't remember what's the exact address, but just do Oxford Street. Now, designated learning institution number. I previously mentioned to you that it must be a designated learning institution. So we're going to search for the number because we don't know it from our heads. So let's do designated learning institution number. Then we're going to see if we can find it here. So we're in Ontario, or the school is located in Ontario rather. And let's start typing the name of the school, and here it is, Fanshawe College in London. We're going to copy the DLI number, then we're going to paste it in our application here. Now your student number, you would know what your student number is on the card on the acceptance letter when you get it. And when will you be studying from? So let's say we'll be studying from September 2021 to when our first program ends in 2022 May 1st. Okay, so your tuition fee is a lot of money, guys, a lot of money. So we're gonna do $15,000. Room and board, we're gonna say $10,000, and we have an extra $1,000 for recreational purposes. So in total, that is $26,000. I got it right? $26,000. And who will be paying your fees? I'll be paying them for myself. Now, education. Have you had any previous education, including university, college, or apprentice training? So this is education that you have received from your home country. So we're going to do yes, and we're going to say that we went to university to study something. So in 2008 to September, field of study, it's a bachelor's. And we did the University of Studies. Let's be specific, bachelor's degree. And we completed our studies in 2012 May, and it's located in St. Andrew, Jamaica. Okay, now for employment, you're going to list your employment history for the past 10 years, whether it be any government-held position such as civil servant, judge, police officer, mayor, member of parliament. You're going to list all of those here for the last 10 years. Don't worry, guys, if you have only one or two or none, that's fine. This application may be for someone who is fresh from university, you haven't got a job as yet, or you are fresh out of high school and you did sixth form, for example, that's fine. You could list that you are a student as your occupation. So no worries, there is still hope for you. Now we're going to answer these questions. They always come on every application. Within the past 2 years, have you or a family member had tuberculosis? We're going to say no. Do you have a physical or mental disorder? So guys, I know these questions, so I'm just going to click no to everything. But it's important that you read through. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit, denied entry, or ordered to leave Canada? We're going to know because this is our first application. Have you previously applied to enter into Canada? No. And guys, it makes no sense you lie on your application because they actually have all the information. Even though they're asking it, they have all the information. So if you have previously applied and it was denied, be honest. I have made applications for persons who have been denied entry into Canada before, and their application was later on approved. So just be honest and state the reasons why, okay? Have you ever committed or been arrested for or been charged? No, no, no. So we're going to say no for all these questions. Do you consent for CIC Yes, we do. So we're going to validate this document now. There's a validate button here. And when we validate, it tells us if we have answered all the questions that we need to answer, and then it gives us a barcode at the end. Now, this is telling me that I had missed something. So in the employment section, I did not complete the year. So I'm going to go back up to this. Okay, so I need to put in something. So as I said, if I just completed high school and I do not have any work experience, or I just completed university, this is what you can do. So from 2008 September, I was a student at the company University of Studies. Then I completed this in 2012 May. So you're basically putting back your schooling information. There we go. So I've never had any work experience, I am putting that I was a student. That was my occupation. Now we're going to try and validate again. And it was successfully validated. And we're going to see that barcodes came up at the bottom here, which is perfect. So you would save that to your desktop or in your folder, and then you would save it and upload it here as one file. Now moving on to the other form, the IMM5645 family information. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, guys, because this is basically you putting in your personal information, your family, literally telling about your family. So what are you coming to Canada for? Visit, work, study. You're coming as a student. You're going to put your information here, your marital status, your country, your occupation, so on and so forth. Once again, if you're a student, you put that you're a student. Your spouse's information, if you have a spouse. If you do not have a spouse, you leave it blank. And then you would do the same for your mother and your father. If they're accompanying you to Canada, you would hit yes. If they're not, you hit no. You do the same for your siblings. And there's a lot of space for siblings. And then when you're all done, you would need to sign this form and date it, and then you upload it to your profile. Now the next form, the IMM5257, application for a temporary resident visa outside of Canada. So here you're basically applying for your visitor visa. That's the reason why you have to do this application. So here's that application. We're going to quickly go through it. It's a really simple form. So indicate whether you are the principal applicant or you're the spouse, common law, or partner of. So we're the principal applicant, so we're going to put our information here. Once again, asking for our family name and our given name, date of birth, we do not have a UCI number, so we're going to leave that blank. The nurse can answer a bunch of questions. Do you serve or in any military, civil defense unit, or serve in an organization? I don't. So if you do, you go ahead and select yes. Have you ever witnessed or participated in the ill treatment of prisoners or civilians? No. Are you or have you ever been a member of an associated with a political party? And so on and so forth. No, I have not been. Any government positions? No, I do not have any. Previous travel. So all the travel information that you have in your passport, you're going to list them here. So since you're the age of 18 or during the past 5 years, whichever is most recent. So you would need to list from where you went to where, the country or territory that you visited, the address, and why did you go. So I'm just going to do one for example. So in 2009, no, 2009 is not 10 years ago. So I'm going to do in 2019, September to 2019, December, I visited the United States and I went to New York, and I went as a tourist, or if you went to visit family. And that's the end of that form. Then we would validate again. So it was successfully validated, which is enough for us. And then we would save our form and upload it to our profile. And when you upload it, you would get a check mark that that is done. So that's basically it for the files, guys. So you would scan your passport, you scan every page that you got stamped when you went through any airport, and you'd make it one file, then you would attach it here. Letter of acceptance from your school, you scan or you upload the PDF document. Proof or means of financial support, you would provide a 6 months bank statement showing that you're able to pay your way while here in Canada. A digital photo, we already went through the family information, the application for temporary resident visa, we already went through that, and the client information. So here you would need to put your police record here for sure. Definitely, guys, ensure that you do a police record and you attach it here. If you're doing an explanation letter as well, or if there's any other information you'd like to share that you think would increase your chances of being approved for the study permit, you would put them all as one file and upload it here. And this is your total cost. You pay and then you're on your way, and that's basically the end of your study permit application. I hope this video was very helpful to you. If you have any questions, please comment down below and let me know, and I will answer as soon as I can. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be working on the next video for you to give you some tips and tricks on how you can go about it to ensure that your study permit is approved. So please like this video, guys. Share this video with someone who you think will benefit from it, and please subscribe to my channel so as soon as I upload the next video, you will be the first to be notified. Thank you so much and take care. Bye.